Right, so this should now be working, and you should now be able to hear me. Testing. Right, so this should now be working, and you should now be able to hear me. Testing. Right. Okay, so this is one of the American WARNO 2v2 tournament games, and it is between Junky Monkey and Silver+Junky, and they're playing against Hitman the 13th and Error loading player name. They're playing it right now, so this is just an opportunity cast, and I will now attempt to find the team names. What are the team names? Where are the team names? Okay, so the challenge... I found the challenge. The challenge does not have the names of the players. 1 second, please. Okay, so this is Stepdads, which is Silver+Junky and Junky Monkey, against Mortar Enjoyers. So I guess Hitman 13 is Ex Nihilo. Right, so now I know who everybody is. So they're still setting up, it seems. So we'll go through the deployment and let me know if the stream is lagging or if anybody's watching this at all. Hopefully not. It's Nihilo. Right. So we have on the left side Junky Monkey playing as 2nd Panzer Grenadier. These guys are considered a bit crap right now, just a bit underwhelming. He's gone with them anyway, and let's have a look at this lineup. So I will try and keep camera like this. We have lots of FS Jaeger Milan 2s, lots of FS Jaeger, and they're going all over the place. So this is interesting. So lots of Milans, lots of Jaeger, and then Recon right behind, 3 units of Recon. Yep, that makes sense to me. And they're off, so I'm going to have to speed up. CV, Hawk, Leopards. Oh, actually, I can just pause it, can't I? On the right side, we've got Silver. He's bringing the ACAV, which is really good, I think. A lot of people prefer the M40. Sorry, just checking something there with the scouts in it, and then he's got a bunch more ACAVs with Bradley's behind, so he's quite light on the infantry, and these are going forwards. 4-man scout teams in these aren't particularly amazing. Lots of engineered dragons, CV, Hawk. The Hawk's on auto cell. And then a couple Cobras. Looking over here on the top left, we have Hitman. Interesting. Okay, so it seems they're both going for everything. As opposed to taking flanks, it seems like Hitman is going for the middle and Error is going for the sides. So that's an interesting way of doing it. I've not seen that done before. It splits your attention if you have to pay attention to 2 sides of the map, so I'm not sure how good an idea that is. Hitman's playing KTA, which is the most powerful division in the game right now, and Error's playing 39Y, which are strong, but not broken. I said 2nd isn't particularly great, 8th is really good, so overall this is the better composition. Pact has the better composition here. But we'll see what happens. In terms of loadouts, we have 3 cards of motorized Radvedka. Playing quite defensively, so I don't think anything here will actually immediately smash into any of Junky's units because they're quite defensive, and I think Junky's going to like here. And then Hitman's just rushing mid with a bunch of KDAs. The FLA is really good. Books are obviously very good, but 2 of them. It's interesting. T62s, T55s. And on this side, Spetsnaz OP. So just Spetsnaz and Spetsnaz OP to try and get in this forest and then move over here. And some Razvedka behind. I see 1 CV. 3 CVs. Okay. So I'm going to play the game now and we'll see what happens. So this guy started off the wrong way, which does happen sometimes. This guy started off in the forest, which does happen sometimes. Generally, everybody seems to be going the right way. Okay, so big play for the middle here. Having said that, I think Hitman's got far more people going to the middle than Junky and Silver do. So Silver's trying to hold this town. Now he's sending 2 Engineer Dragons to the middle. We've got some FS Jaeger here. They're good. With the Panzerfaust 3, that's not bad. There's been a lot of power creep lately, so these guys aren't as good as they used to be simply because the new stuff's all better. And the new stuff is coming down the other road, so Spetsnaz OP are OP against vehicles, and then Spetsnaz regular are OP against infantry. So it's a great combo, and it will beat this in a head-on fight. That FS Jaeger didn't die, which is lucky, and it looks like they're just running back. If they rush this down, they could win, but because they've ran back now, I don't think that's going to work. This guy does not die to the faggot, which is unsurprising. It has quite poor accuracy. This front's pretty stable. SU here, I didn't see what it fired its gun at. It's going to eat an Eyehawk, and it's dead, so that's great news for blue. Over here, Silver's put a lot into here, expecting to be rushed, and he has not been rushed. So I'd love to see him donate some units to the centre here. I'm not sure if blue knows about this. This is very difficult to deal with. Although it is the wrong way round, I would put the Spetsnaz at the front and the OP at the back. Depends what's coming the other way, but it's usually infantry. These guys are caught in the open now, and will probably die. It's worth mentioning that in terms of the meta, most people consider the side red is on now to be the better side because the reinforcement route comes down here, whereas the blue reinforcement route tends to come down here. So it can be cut. If you start here and then attack this, you can cut the reinforcement and win the game. But it seems that red has gone for the opposite approach and is instead just trying to hammer in mid from the front. Here we see some Bradleys engaging some faggots. Would love to see this AA maybe over here, because if you have an exposed tank, usually a bomber is coming for it. And we see the Engineer Dragons engaging the Spetsnaz now, and the Dragons will lose because they don't have a machine gun, and these guys have a incendiary rocket launcher which sets people on fire and burns them to death. See some bombers coming in here. The Eyehawk isn't supplied, but did get a hit, and then the Gepard finished off that MiG. FS Jaeger engaging infantry in buildings, you would expect the guys in the buildings to win, because even though the FS Jaeger is better, Well, the FS Jaeger is supposed to be better. Right now, medium machine guns are not as good as light machine guns. But just switching over to here, the Spetsnaz, this one's ran out of napalm, so should really get back. And you can only fire the napalm while stationary. So right now they can't use their advantage. But then he stops and hits that ranger there, which was smart. These scouts are going to die now to that T-62 barrage. Geno Rocket's coming in here, but he's lost visual. Oh, he gets one, but the Bucks are probably going to kill both of these. So that was not really worth it for blue. This Gov might die to the FS Jaeger simply because it's flying over it and will now be shot in the back. Oh, I guess not. Depends if they get stunned or not. F111F dies to the exact same thing. Hitman moving his Bucks so they don't get artillery, which is smart, and Red has the point lead here. So yeah, this Leopard will not beat these T-62s and T-55s. Having said that, I don't actually think they can see them. They're shooting the truck, so the Leopard will get some good shots off. Oh no, it is being shot. That's why it's stressed out. This was a good idea, but I would have loved to have seen it been regular infantry instead of a Milan, because it can't really do anything about this. Oh, well, it will. Oh no, never mind. And I was wrong about this engagement here. The T-62's lost to the Leopards. This should make it, thus evening the sides, and that Milan 2 is toast. So from what I can tell, this is all Hitman, and this is all Error, and this is... I see, so Silver has donated some rangers, etc. to this cause. Generally, there's a lot more here. I would love to see some supply here. Silver's trying to cut that with some Heimat-Schützen. FS Jaeger doing sneaky things, but I think they've been spotted. Pioneer Flams on the left here. That's smart. That will beat this, obviously. And Silver's reinforcing this. Presumably this will just move up a little bit. Mech rifles. No well, the recon is the Bradley, I suppose. Right, so more reinforcements for Hitman. He's taking it slow. He does have the advantage, but he can't see that from his perspective. And Error is cutting it down here, thus stopping the resupply. And he's also made it here. So once you get to this as red, then blue finds it very, very, very difficult to get back in, because this resupply road is obviously open to all this and gets shot, whereas this one's a bit more closed, and so it doesn't suffer the same fate. And that's why people say the maps are slightly imbalanced. The FS Jaeger's finally made it, but he's moving, so can't kill all this. Which is a shame. Could have got both of them. He's stolen a gas. That's not going to get back home. This front is still static. Would love to see Silver apply some pressure here. And now here comes the T-55s from KDA. This KDA death ball is so strong. You can't use air against it because of the Bucks and the FLA-57. And then you just run KDA Schützen forwards with your damage dealers behind them, much like this, and nothing can be done. It's a really strong division right now. The best in the game. M1A1 gets a crit. Spalling, I believe that deals like 1 extra damage or something. SU rocket, probably for these guys. But it looks like he's lost visual. TAT loses to the M1A1. Did they trade? No, no, M1's here. Undamaged. These FS Jaeger are now going to die. Infantry CV is a good idea in zones that you might get sniped on because they don't die straight away, which means you have time to react, unlike a truck, which gets hit by one rocket and explodes. And you see just how difficult it is for blue to hold this. So their main resupply is down here, but this is being threatened by this axis, whereas red can supply really quite easily. His axis of resupply here is not being threatened. Would love to see Silver push with these guys. Looks like he's forgotten about them. RM70 is coming in, just to saturate the area, I suppose. So you see the stun is, the suppression on them is quite good, right? So you see that, right? The thing explodes here and somebody gets stunned over here. So, yeah, it works well, especially in team games. In 1v1, not so amazing. But Rocket RT does have its uses now. And you see that all these guys are now maximum stress or low cohesion, high stress, and so they're going to miss, whereas these guys are not, and so they won't. And here it comes in again. You get some more stuns, and you see how... So blue is kind of forced to be in this tiny little area, and then this is where the rocket artillery comes in. Just full stress on everything it hits. Really strong. Stuns everything for 10 seconds, and you just keep shooting it. So in team games especially, it's amazing. Meanwhile, Junky on the left here trying to stop Error from cutting his resupply. And he's managed to win up here. Would love to see some more backline action over here with the flams. He killed the faggot that was here, so he should push deeper. Silver's units here, still forgotten about. And, yeah, blue in some trouble. Red has brought up resupply, which is smart. Very smart. But it is somehow being pushed back, so Spetsnaz OP are not shooting. And so they will die until they do. Another bomber dies to the books again. At this point I would not bring air in, although I guess because there's two players, maybe one of them knew about it and one of them didn't. That does happen. More Heimat Schutzen. Ah, yeah, so you see the issue with these resupply routes, right? They're supposed to come around here, but, you know... Sorry, just checking the stream settings. I think they're working fine. Just had a spam bot for some reason. So, these guys are stunned and low cohesion, but somehow blue holds on. In no small part due to these vehicles backed by Pioneer Flams. A cool strategy is to shoot smoke to close the distance so you can use satchel charges, which neither player has brought. Well, none of the 4 players have brought satchels that I can see. I might just be missing it. And we're seeing the artillery intensify here. Artillery in team games is particularly potent because there's not as much space, right? This is a 1v1 map, and so if you play a 2v2, there's more units in the same space, and so you die to artillery. We are now seeing counter battery, finally. So these things are pretty good. 210-point howitzers, and they are no doubt going for the RM70. We'll just keep an eye on that while we watch the main combat. Blue still hanging on for dear life here against the red horde, and here come lots of Motschützen. RM70 gets stunned but hasn't actually taken any damage yet. And Junky over here has made some ground against Error. He's managed to protect his resupply, which is the main thing. If you lose that, you lose, basically. He's going to lose some Jaegers here. The Hawk gets a hit, so this will now be repairing for 8 minutes and 20 seconds, I believe. Yeah, hey Bob, how's it going? So KDA Schutzen are like a German DDR reserve nation, and they're supposed to be like a C-tier division, a bad division, and right now they're the strongest division in the game. It's pretty funny. These guys are like militia drawn from the factories, and they're 14 strength, and so you just use them as a meat shield, and then they buff the T-55s to have 45% accuracy. So KDA in front, T-55 behind, and then you get the passenger plane deleter with 5,300 meter range. So it's a ridiculous combo. I mean, you can just see how cost effective these units are as well. This is 45 points. Let me see. Yeah, this is 270. So you can just buy 5 of these and run at the Leopard, and as you get closer, obviously the kinetic rounds do more damage, and so the T-55s will win. It's pretty strange meta right now, but it is what it is. The worst division in the game has become the best. So Silver trying something different here to avoid the book. But you cannot avoid the book. And it's a shame because there's so many units here, but he just threaded the needle perfectly between all of them. Yeah, you've got to move your tanks after they shoot, because 26 seconds after they shoot, they get hit by artillery. It's just the way it is, and that's another reason why heavy tanks tend to lose to this spam meta. Yeah, maybe you'd like it. I don't know if I can recommend the game right now. I would wait for release. There's no single player stuff yet. So we see the RM70 shooting again, and it's just stunning everything. Everything gets stunned for 10 seconds when it gets hit by this thing. And so Hitman's doing it properly. He's letting them get stunned, and he's running in. And so the enemy cannot shoot back. He is highly stressed. He is low cohesion. He's not taking much damage from the artillery, but that's not its role. Its role is to suppress. And now you just see the red wave. What can be done? It's very difficult to stop this right now. Does the book outrange Seed? Yes. I think it outranges most Seed. Seed is a bit buggy in the game right now, as in it just doesn't work properly, so Seed's basically useless. So yeah, the book is the best AA piece in the game. You do pay 140 points for it, which is, I think it's also the most expensive AA piece in the game. And before, it wasn't so much of a concern, because KDA was crap, but now KDA is amazing. So the red wave is coming in, the Leopard gets deleted by Katsias because it just stayed there. Blue is desperately trying to... Ah, here we go, Seed. Range on the Seed, 5,275 meters. Now I need to find the book in all this. Over here, these units are still here. Don't see the books anymore, maybe they died. Interesting. But yeah, Seed's a bit rubbish right now. Not all Seed has the same missiles. Ah, okay, so Junky's trying something here. He's sent the truck in ahead of the other stuff, though. It's a good idea, stabilizing the front a little bit. And this is quite undefended. But now he pulls it back out. But this is a real problem for Blue. I'm really not sure what you do about it at this point. The death ball has reached critical mass. They're trying to hit the commander. Presumably they see him because he's in the open. Here comes another wave of T-55s. Right, so this is the American medium. It's 95 points. 60 accuracy. This is the Soviet light tank, or obsolete tank, so it's 45 points, and it's not actually that much worse. So you can see the discrepancy. This is 2 of these, and 2 of these is definitely better than this. So right now KDA very strong. Yeah, the book definitely died to something. I just didn't see what it was. I guess the Raven must have hit its missiles. But yes, Seed is quite temperamental right now, so a lot of people don't bring it. This was a good idea, but it has no supporting units, and so will die now. Would have loved to have seen some more people coming up here to try and reinforce that, but I guess Blue is busy. CV's anti-infantry tank's a bit rubbish right now, because the fire rate is around every 20 seconds. The red wave has stopped for some reason. I guess it's because they're resupplying. And yes, the CV over here dies. Over here on the right, these guys are still not attacking. This is locked down, but nothing's happening here. And it seems that red will just continue to pile more and more and more people in here until they get the ticks. Blue trying to counter. But yeah, you see that the way the reinforce works is that unless you deploy your units to here, they will come down this road and what? Okay, very interesting. It seems the 39th... What's going on? Why is everyone leaving? Okay, so blue loses one, red loses one. Was that a crash? Did they both crash at the same time? Or was GG called and because I don't see the chat, I don't see that. Although if GG was called, you would think... You would think the game would be over. Just gonna check something real quick. Okay, quick update. 2 guys got kicked, 1 for each team. So they've decided to replay the entire game. Which is fair enough. I mean, I guess it's good for blue team. Interesting. Okay, so I will go through the kills and losses such as they are. iHawk got some SU-25s, that's good. Yeah, as you can see, red got a lot more kills than blue. I really do think that red had that game. But if they agree to a rehost, they agree to a rehost. So we will see what happens. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the kills and deaths were very stacked. Blue got beaten up by the KDA horde. Okay, we are back. And they've all picked exactly the same divisions. I guess that was part of the agreement. And they're on the same side as well, which I guess is... I wonder if maybe I've just launched into the old game. I'm going to speed up the deployment a little bit. I'm thinking maybe I've just launched into the old game. Yeah, so there were 2 Bradley CFVs, there were 2 ACAVs, there were definitely 2 Engineered Dragons. I remember a Chaparral being here, I remember 2 Cobras being here, I remember this being here. Definitely remember all these, although actually they were on the road last time, so maybe it's not the same. I'm thinking 2 books. I'm starting to think that maybe I just launched into the old game. Or what, everybody decided to do the same thing again, in exactly the same way. That doesn't sound right. Oh no, I remember there were 3 Jaeger... Yeah, this is different. This is different, because there were 3 Jaeger Aufklärer recons here, but for the rest of it, the deployment is almost exactly identical, so I don't know if that was part of the agreement. Look, 3 Motorized Radvedka are hit again, going to the same places they did last time, but this is definitely a different game. Because yeah, there were 3 of these, and there were more of these. Interestingly, they're not going for the middle at all. Oh, they're just rushing over here. Okay, so blue is trying something different, which you would expect, because, you know, they were losing last time. So, Junky Monkey's gone for a rush here, and Error is not going to see this coming. Because Red's deployment is identical. Even down to the 2 books and the 1 FLA down here, and the 3 tanks, and the Spetsnaz OP and the regular Spetsnaz here. It's identical. But Blue's tried something different because they lost last time, which makes sense. So lots of looks around here, wheeled rush transports because they get the forward deployment. And Blue's in. They're in. So the question is what to do now. These guys need to move up here. And the looks, honestly, I would just fast move them down here because... that's exactly what he's doing. Because he's recognised, well, the enemy doesn't know I'm here, so I have a few... The enemy did not predict me to be here, so I have a few seconds. Su-25 in the middle again. Looks just going fast. I wouldn't even press N. I would just press F and just keep moving. Use the stabilizers. Because, yeah, they're eating shit. There's no reason to. They need to get in the back line. iHawk not in position to hit that SU. Lux is still shooting at these guys in the field, which is a shame. I would spread these guys out. iHawk can shoot now, but no resupply for it. And it misses all of its missiles, which is really unlucky. It should hit 1 or 2. And the SU's still going. It has 4 missiles and 80 rounds left. This is really interesting. So now they're bringing in the Pioneers. And what's Red's answer to this? They've not changed. I don't see anything here. Okay, so Mi-24. But it looks like Junky and Error are just having their own 1v1 here. And on the other side, Hitman and Silver have been left to their own devices. Where are these guys going? Interesting. Well, this is out of ammo and there's no resupply, so they're not going to kill it. They're not going to get killed by anything. No fighters. Just blind bomb drop? Yeah, okay, fair enough. Doesn't get anything. One gets a little bit wounded, but not much. This is bizarre. And here come the fighters, but I guess that's because they just got money for it or something. Tornado needs to get out now. Not sure what's going on with this guy, but if he flies over those book missiles... Yep. So yeah, 5,300 meters, and the seed was what, 5,275, or was it 5,725? I can't remember, but either way. FS Jaeger here, fighting Razvedka here, again, same as last game. And yeah, the FS Jaeger are beating the Motor Strelky, because they're supposed to be like elite paratrooper troops. I would love to see Junky go forwards, you know. He's given Error a lot of time to reinforce, and now Hitman's helping out. Hitman's going to throw a load of KDA in here. KDA are really, really tanky, impossible to stop. And Blue's losing the momentum here. this is exactly the same as last time. Silver's managed to get some units in here though, which is different. But the middle is lost, and the middle has been lost for the left, and it's not worth it. Really interesting game, but yeah, these KDA Schutzen are really difficult to kill. All infantry time to kill was increased, and then that disproportionately affects the higher strength squads, so 14 against 8. They just last a long time. They don't deal too much damage, but they last ages, and yeah, one difference between WARNO and Wargame is that in WARNO, as units die, the amount of guns goes down, unlike Wargame. So these guys only have 3 battle rifles left out of 7 because, you know, 5 guys have died. Does that make sense? No, that doesn't really make sense. Okay, whatever. More AA in here. And here come the KTA, and yeah, so you've now got 2 players piling into this. These bombers are back from last time. The Hawk's been resupplied, so that's good. Gets 1. So yeah, this is... it's interesting. Finally CV for Junky Monkey, but this is now 1v2. So Silver's trying to apply pressure on this side, but I feel like it's too late because Hitman's just got so much here. Another SU. It might get the Leopard, but there's a lot of AA here. And really the momentum's been lost. The SU quite happily kills the AA unit. Not too much AA from red though, so I think that will get out. Kills some KDA, but you see even bombs don't stop these guys. They lost 10 HP, but they have 14. CV in now for Chunky, which is good. For him, at least. Silver trying to get over here. I would love to see a push in the open, but I guess he doesn't know that there's nothing here, right? Because getting here is not good. Well, it is good, but getting here is better because you cut the enemy resupply. So this infantry-only push is going to struggle to do much. I mean, there's one tank there, but it will just die to all this. Alright, see you, Bob. Jurgen out for red team, and this is starting to look a lot like last game. MLRS or MRLS are good at suppressing targets when they're clumped up. These are targets which are clumped up, and they will be suppressed. And this is a bit of a 2v1 here. Junky just can't compete with 2 players' income. Over here, oh, Junky's now given up on the left and is now trying to push mid with Silver. Maybe that's the right play. These guys need to unload and get some buildings. And you see him going forwards to avoid the Uragan, which is smart. I would not move this though. I would just leave that in there. The Hawk hits somebody, doesn't kill him. Would love to see another Hawk like here. Would love to see a tank here. Ah, there's a Hawk. And now you've got 2 players trying to squeeze Hitman in the middle. He's had time to set up though. So we'll see what happens. Rangers have AT4s, which makes them good against tanks at close range. Hitman+Error only have Panzerforce. This is not worth it at all. These bombers are back. The Hawk is up. The Gepard has run out of ammo. And the CV is gone to the blind or not blind snipe. I mean, there's really only one place it could be. And you see Silver now trying to march across here. It's tough though. I mean, if he'd bought some Abrams and just tried to cut this, you would have had good luck. You would have had to kill these faggots first, but they're not very good. Do you see what I mean? And the fight continues. So, yep, blue slowly getting squeezed here. Not that slowly though. Though he's not reinforcing, whereas red are. Junky's brought a CV in, but you see once again that the resupply road is pretty garbage. I guess he doesn't know about this. Oh, I guess he's going up here, and then he'll cut down here. But he will not be able to hold this against the Spetsnaz. He has cleared out these motorized red vodka though. Sorry about that. I was just checking something. So, this is still going on. They've got a CV in. This one isn't going to make it, but this one will. The issue is that this is so thin that now, you know, you will be spotted and you will be killed. If only it was a little bit wider, but what can you do, eh? Red have firm control of this now. Blue just can't win this anymore. They've not been resupplying. They're sending in a CV to there, which is exciting. And these MiGs are still being used in twos. Oh, one Hawk gets a splash hit because they're so close together. Jaeger needs to get out. He's gonna die. So the KDA shuts him. And I think he'll survive. Hawk here. Would love to see blue set up some sort of defensive line here now, because red can just walk in. Whether or not they decide to, we'll see. But yes, this is now a lost cause. That extra CV is that's not going to work, but it's very funny. More KDA for the middle, more T-55s for the middle. And red continues to tick. Blue's going to try again. But yeah, this is now 1v2. And yeah, KDA are good. And Hitman's a good player. I believe his actual handle is Neolo, or they might have got a substitute in. I would not sell the trucks that come with this. I would keep them so you can load them back up and move. Where did that go? Okay. That was very unlucky. Just when flying here, they were in range of the buck. If they'd evac this way, that wouldn't have happened. And these guys really need to get back and just hold these trees now. This isn't going to work. And blue are in. But you see that they are spotted, and so he's sprinted down here, but he's shooting. He probably had it on return fire, but these guys are shooting at him. So. And blue have stabilized. Hawk is not supplied, but the ones here get it. Uragan not shooting. Less artillery on the field in general, and what is going on here? These guys have run out of ammo. These guys are too far back, and what? This is bizarre. I like this AA on this hill, that's cool. The Hawks as well, that's cool. This is just so weird. What the fuck? I mean, like, it's working. It's working. Blue are back in this game. I would love to see red use this. Junky just memeing. This is really funny. I like this a lot. If he leaves it here, it'll survive a bit. It's putting it in the middle, which, yeah, that'll still work. I wonder if they'll notice. Yeah, well, you know. And in the middle, Blue's doing really well. Hitman is trying to fight 1v2, but it's not working for him. Would love to see Error just grab these guys and just throw them in. The Uragun is firing through the tree side. Don't know if you can see that. It's firing through the mountain. And it's coming out the other side. This is hilarious. So, Blue are back in the game. Junky has reinforced this route now, which is good. That means his resupply is safe. He finally loses this here, so the +2 stops. Blue now see this CV. Surely. They've captured this. That's on 1 HP. That doesn't have an anti-tank weapon, so this transport can just walk in and just kill everything. That's hilarious. Bopar to try and deal with these tanks. Error's now using his advantage here, trying to move this mass down south. This front's still stationary. Would love to see this recon move up and, you know, maybe a proper tank. Like this one. But more AA is needed. Well, maybe not actually. Okay, so Hitman's been forced to move this out now, although the M113 is now dead, so maybe he'll put it back. He notices. More flam in the Fux Milan. So Spetsnaz, no AT option. KDA Schutzen, the original RPG. So these Fux Milan can actually kill both of these, especially with the flam's help. The issue is that, well, never mind. What a funny game. So, I would love to see Blue try some probing attacks here, because he can definitely kill all this. I mean, these are empty ATGMs. One infantry unit running towards this would probably win, because this can't shoot. You know, well, if this shot, then this would kill this. And Hitman's using his Urals to resupply his KDA Schutzen, which is definitely something you can do. But these are like cheap trash infantry, and so to use your resupply on cheap trash infantry is not a good idea. It's a bit of a waste, really. And yeah, there's just a lot of wasted units here. Blue has now pushed red out. This is hilarious. And this tank has now moved up. Would love to see some probing attacks here. More bombers, but these are just getting killed every time, so this is not a good idea. And evacs. But the Hawks will get shot off. Oof. Okay. So that's now repairing for 8 minutes and 30 seconds, I believe. So 8 minutes and 24 seconds or something. So Error's trying to cut this again. Would love to see Junky and Silver just put some more stuff here to shore up against these tanks. Just an ATGM, an ITO or a TO2 here. It's really going to shut all that down. These fucks are going for a funny run. Smig. So the M1A1 that was here did die. The MiG died in response though, so I think it's a roughly even trade. No, it's not. The MiG is a lot cheaper than the tank. More bombers for red, but they're punished every time. This is no longer smart. These need resupplying and moving. Error is slowly getting these guys out of here and using them to attack now, so Junky, if Error attacks with all of this and just A-clicks here, Blue is totally wrecked, but he doesn't see what we see. This Leopard with... What? What? Okay, that shouldn't have happened. Interesting. Not sure what happened there. Maybe it hit the side armor. Didn't see a crit message. Would love to see a bit of recon. There is recon. They should be at the front. And Red tries to bring in another CV, but you see that putting the CV here is really shit, right? Because everyone knows where it is. There's really only one place it can be, and there's nowhere to hide. Way more red infantry now coming into the middle. Interesting strat from Silver. Where is he going? Might be trying to snipe Jurgens. Or I think he's trying to get the CV actually. This Igla, or these Osas, if reacted fast enough, can stop that from happening. And the middle point continues to be a trash fight. Blue howitzers just hitting that KDA Schutzen, they'll probably get it. There's just no room to hide here. You gonna get out? Interesting. Blue is totally wrecked. But sorry, just checking if the sound was working on the stream. If it's lagging, let me know. There's not a lot I can do about it, but it is good to know. Obviously, when there's so many units on the screen, the game does suffer. Blue has kicked red out again. I think those howitzers just finished off that CV. These rangers should polish off that T62, but they will not win against all this. These Pioneer Flams might, though. Don't see any... I see one anti-infantry unit here. Those Tow Cobras... Oh, he got in. He got the CV. Nice. And now he's going to keep going. He lost his recon, which is not amazing. In fact, I really don't rate his chances of survival at all. But now they're +5, so it did its job. He's trying to go for the middle one. He's not getting there. You're just going to have to trust me. And now he's trying exactly the same thing on the right. Yeah, good, good. I like to see it. The faggot hits the Bradley, but does not kill. And Blue's doing really well over here. These M113A3s are pretty absurd right now. The strat with 8th is to spam these in as great a quantity as possible, because they have 3 front armor and 3 side armor for 20 points, and the heavy machine gun right now is amazing. It's really good at killing people. This Ihawk's in a bad spot, and when these towed units get off the thing that tows them, they move extremely slowly. So this infantry will win. So Blue continues to short their position. I am loving this. Go on, get him. Boom, nice. So that's good, and now he's going for the middle. Red's panicking. It's all T55s now. CV again. They might run out of CVs at this rate, although with 2 players, probably not. And Blue might actually get to the middle this time. These T55s won't be there. This can stop them. And yeah, Blue owns so much of the zone that these MLRS attacks are not as potent as they were last game. +7 for Blue, although it's about to go down to like, what, +5? Oh no, what's going on? Oh, he sees this! Too greedy, too greedy. Should have gone for this one. This will die now to this Su-25. But hey, they got 2 CVs, they're +5, and you know, even if this gets here right now, it's going to be a draw at least, unless Red brings something back here. They've got a lot of units. Really funny game. Oh yeah, so Red's moving up here, which is smart. Junky's trying to secure. This obviously needs to be a bit more spread out. He doesn't see this. These Ihawks are out of ammo, which means this SU is not going to be punished at all. And this is beginning to fall apart a bit. They need more units there. Red finally resecures those zones. A few mortars in here to smoke. Interesting. Okay, so he's smoking this so that he can move all this over here. Cluster plane. It's not worth it. So yeah, you got some tanks, but because these are 45 points each, You got to kill a lot of them with your cluster plane, like 4 or 5. Blue's getting hammered on this flank now, which is really bad for them. This needs to get out of here. Another cluster plane. I can't see the price, but you'll have to believe me. When these things die, it's really not good. I think it's like 280 points. And the Buck missile claims another victim. Yep, so this supply is owned by another player, so it's difficult to coordinate, especially when it's a helicopter. More Zickerungs, and yeah, I would unload these now. Really funny game. Red gets another CV in, and now it's even. It's neutral. Another CV in for blue, just in case. I do like that as a concept. These Jaegers, I mean, yeah. So that the AT option on the Jaeger isn't fantastic. Germany has really West Germany has really lost to power creep recently. This is a bad evac. It's going to fly over the books. It's dead. This survives. Would love to see a tow missile back here. There is one here. I guess if you put it there, then it can actually hit these guys. But there's so much going on. And you see that, you know, red does not run out of T-55s. This is the main advantage of KDA, is that they just don't run out of units. You can spam them all day, but the availability is just so high. Another suicidal run here. Kill, you know, T-55s, like it's just not worth it. And yeah, red looking strong. Would love to see these guys press their advantage a little bit. Maybe move the recon up just to spot some things and then hit them. So yeah, red don't know how weak this is right now. This has been stabilized by blue. Another M1A1. I believe tows from here and here can mess with this. And I believe blue is now hitting... Okay. I thought there was something there. More suicidal air. Red remassing now, looking very scary. Blue, I don't really see a lot on the field. Don't know why. Well, I mean, you know, when this is 5 times more expensive than a T-55, then obviously you get more stuff. This T-80 is in a really good spot to sideshot everything that comes down this road. And, oh, there we are, they've noticed now. Once again, the resupply on these is terrible, and they just drive into the enemy and die. Ihawks have been resupplied. Gina to kill... what? BMP-3? Dies. More T-55s. Books are out of ammo. And red are now shooting smoke. I like this Cobra here, that'll kill a lot. Not sure what this is for. That is interesting. These T-55s now, these Rangers should get back really, so that they can't be spotted from the forest, because they can't hit this. This ITO is out of ammo. The CV, yeah, fires once every 20 seconds. This Gina's gonna die for nothing. This is about to leave the zone. Shame. That's bad. I don't know if he's noticed. Where's he going? He's not noticed yet, and that's a really big deal, actually. This Ihawk's now exposed. 2 CVs, neither of them are in the zone. Would love to see him just move up a little bit, because red's gonna have the advantage now. Error has done a really good job with just pushing down here and hammering this, so all these tanks that come down here, they're always being threatened by being side shot, etc. Silver's noticed And red now hold the lead. I think they need 200 points to win. M1A1 here is good to cut all this. I believe this is classed as a draw under tournament rules, but in-game rules this will be classed as a red victory currently. And you see the concern that these heavy tanks have, right, is that you have to shoot a lot of times to to get anywhere, whereas with all this spam, you know, you can just keep throwing it in, and if it kills one unit each, that's fine. This thing needs to kill several units to pay for itself. Weapon 2 is going to lose to a T80 BV, he needs to smoke. I'll just keep reversing, I suppose, although he won't outrun those toes. Okay, interesting, very exciting. Okay, blue holding on for dear life here. Red is in the zone. Would love to see all these guys pour in instead of piecemeal. The M1A1's in a really good... well, love to see it a few meters further forwards actually, so it can actually cover that. Can't do that at the moment. These things are kind of a really shit anti-infantry support thing. Very cheap. But if you compare this 35 points to the T55 for 45 points, the T55 is a lot better. M1A1's been spotted by the MiG. Is he smoking? Nope, he's shooting. And now he's dying. Presumably this MiG will not survive. More KDA Schutzen for Hitman. And blue's really having a bad time here now. So they can't get any more units in. Because everybody comes down this road and then dies to this. So they would have to use this road, at which point you die to this. Huh! Okay. So a bit more +2 for blue on account of the CV snipe. Good strat. But what are you going to do about this? You can see the concerns, right? So if you need to fire 14 tank shells to kill every KDA Schutzen, and there's 10 of them. How many tank shells did you bring? And yeah, I think, unless blue still has some area bombers, this is looking very, very bad for them. You got Error on one side, you got Hitman on the other, and they've cut this well and truly. This is something of a critical mess. I don't really see how this can be killed in the next 7 minutes. So yeah, you see this M1A1 trying to pay for itself, and now its tracks are broken. This is looking very bad for blue. I don't see any paths into this game. These guys can do a bit if played properly. The flash with the M113A3 with the supply can really choke these KDA Schutzen. You see how much trouble they have with dealing with with armored units, because this thing is terrible, right? And this thing is pretty good. So I would have liked to have seen more M113A3s in this game. Like you see, took a hit, still not dead. I would assume this M1A1 will eventually win. Maybe not actually. Okay. +3 for blue. And yeah, now you see the issue, right? You're not getting back in here. And you see these guys coming along here again. Just one of the idiosyncrasies of the map. I guess I've laboured this point enough. Would have loved to have seen some infantry around the sides, you know. I like the helicopter play. That was really funny. I like this, but they don't have an assault. They don't have a AT option, so it's tough. Another blue ball here. So some mech rifles in there. Okay. I'm not sure what... okay. Just like a Hail Mary, I suppose. I mean, it'll work if he keeps going forwards and hits this. The chaparral obviously shouldn't be going forwards. And, yeah. It's looking very bad for blue. Very bad for blue. Like, look at all this. It's just standing around. So, what can we learn from this game? From what I understand, there are no bans in this tournament. You cannot ban a division. So, yeah, KDA all day. So GG, looks like the surrender's coming in there. Yeah, GG, well played. The scores are a lot better than they were last time. Blue trying something new, and they had it for a bit. They did, but the KDA ball is it's almost impossible to deal with. See the power of the Spetsnaz. The book paying for itself. Alright, let's see if there's a game 2. They're in the lobby. Yeah, GG, well played. Let's see if the divisions are the same this time. I assume the map will be the same. Default server name? Could that be it? Let's find out. Nope.
Everyone, welcome back to the game.
Interesting. Says he's in a game. Ah, so they must actually be in the lobby. That's very odd. Not sure what's going on here. Just messaging one of the players to see if there's going to be a game 2. Watching replay, then we will set it up. Okay. I will pass the time somehow. Ta-da! Alright, mic check, mic check. That seems to be working. Beep boop. Right, so they are currently watching the replay, and then they will go to game 2. So in the meantime, not sure what to do. I will go on Blender and show you the Lego Harry Potter mod. So yeah, forget this WARNO rubbish. While we wait, I'll just ask Silver to message me when Right, so this is the Lego Harry Potter mod, which I'm just showing you while we wait for game 2. I'm not sure how to do overlays, so I will just continuously repeat that on a semi-regular basis. I'm just trying to make this window fit. So these are the Bungie tools. This is the tools that Bungie used to make Halo. And they have now released them as mod tools for everybody to use. So anything that Bungie could do, you can now do as a member of the community. So these are the best modding tools in the game. I'm very happy with the way that they've done this, and while we wait for game 2, I will just show you some dumb stuff, and then I can just edit this part out because nobody really wants to see this. So the first thing is that it's loading the map which I've made, and yeah. Yeah, we're just waiting on game 2 at the moment, so that's why we're watching Halo 3 Lego Harry Potter mods. I'm not sure how else to fill the time. So yeah, I've got some videos on this, but if people haven't seen it, they're welcome to enjoy. Although it's just taking fucking ages. Ignore this part where it says too many errors to print. That's not important. That doesn't really matter. It's not a big deal. And yeah, maybe I can like leave this down here, but then as soon as I click on this, I lose it. Right, so we are here in the Halo 3 Lego Harry Potter mod. So I'll just start from the beginning and pretend you don't know anything. Obviously, you've all been following my videos, so you know exactly what's going on. So this is a Lego Warthog. Those are Lego Dementors, but we'll get back to that. So these are the Lego Harry Potter children from the from Lego Harry Potter, and they have different faces, different hairs, different chests. You know, they come from each of the 4 houses, and there's men and there's women, and so when you add every single possible combination together of face, hair, and chest, you get 4,289 combinations. So there's quite a lot, and they're fully destructible. So that is supposed to be an arm, but I changed something and I lost that, so that's something I need to fix. But yeah, their arms fall off and then you can throw the arms at them. But yeah, just the model's wrong. And obviously, yeah, they explode into pieces. You can hit the pieces around. And you can see the English countryside going past, but you know, we'll get to that. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Next thing, the weapons. There's lots of different weapons. There's 15 weapons so far. There's going to be 16 minimum. So that is Avada Kedavra. That kills people. Then we have give me a second. Okay, so it's supposed to scream Flipendo once in every 10 times, but maybe I broke that as well. This is a slightly stronger version of that spell. Then you have Expecto Patronum, which fires, you know, your Patronus at the Dementors, which are over there. Did I do this one? Yeah, I did. This is a flame spell that sets people on fire and kills them. Let me just check on this game too again. Ah, okay. Looks like we're going into game 2, so we can stop. Looking at that now. Interesting. I guess they're still in the lobby, and that's why it says join, because I wouldn't be able to join if it was in game. Yeah, anyway. So this is Hagrid's weapon, and it fires spinning heads that explodes, just like it does in the movie. So they bounce off the surfaces, different head every time, and they spin and stuff, you know. The spinning gets faster as they get further away. I don't know why. So yeah, that's that. Oh, thank you. Yeah, just waiting on this game too. So yeah, this is like a light casting spell, so I'm going to make a spooky level with the Dementors, which I'll show you in a second, if we get to that. And yeah, this will light up the darkness, so it doesn't really do any damage. I think it might do one damage or something. This is Repulsio. So this blows people away, and then they hit in the back wall there and they're exploding, which is pretty funny. Sometimes they survive, you know, you can cast it on vehicles and stuff. Oh shit. This one should be... Ah yeah, so just ignore, you know, the errors, all those errors. This is Expelliarmus, so it shoots an arm, and the arm shoots arms. And yeah, that's what that spell does. Then we have... this one is just like a grenade spell, so it's called Bombarda, but you know, it's just... and the grenades are yellow. Ah, yes, this is diagonally from the second movie where they use the flu powder. So this it's supposed to shout diagonally, but I changed some things. Doesn't work properly now. But yeah, you can use sheer concussive forces flying to people. Alright, let's check on that game again. Oh, they're still in the lobby. Oh, bollocks. Alright, so let's just reload that. I think we're about here. Yep, so that should be replaced here. Ah, okay, great. So this is the next one. This is Accio, so it brings people closer towards you. And then I guess you can punch them to death. It also brings, like, you know, vehicles and stuff closer towards you. Alright, so it doesn't always work the way you want it to, but, you know, that's magic. So presumably this is the next one. That one. Ah, yeah, so this is just, you know, just builds a field to defend you. Can you shoot the Warthog's gun? Yes, you can. I'll get to the Warthog in a second. There's a few things I want to show you there. Are these guys in game yet? I think they just went in game. So, yeah, you'll just have to never find out about the Warthog. It's very sad, but what can you do? Right, so we are going to be in game. So I'm making a Lego Harry Potter mod using the Halo engine. Yes, that's exactly right. I will just send you the trailer, and then you can see everything except Hagrid and the trolley lady and the Dementors. Everything else is in the trailer. There you go. That's the trailer. Anyway, WARNO time. Oh bollocks! What did I just press? Okay, so I'd expect to see it here. Oh, yeah, it says right here. Yeah, thanks, I appreciate it. I've been working on it since about February, just for like an hour or so a day on average. And yeah, they're going to release Steam Workshop tools for Master Chief Collection, so I'm really looking forward to getting it out there and getting sued. Lots of cool stuff. And it's really fun to be able to make something, and the tools are really easy to use. It's the best mod tools I've ever seen. Way easier than making a game because you can just steal things. Right, so let's go again. Oh, they're the same divisions. It's not in the rules. I will check the rules. I'm just looking at the rules right now, trying to find this tournament and what the rules are. Where are the rules? Here are the rules. Let's look at them together. So, NA only. That's why I'm not here with Lathans beating people up. We're not allowed in. Smelly Europeans. So, players can choose their own team. See pick and ban system below. No mirror matches. No NATO versus NATO. No NATO versus Pact. So this is a big deal. Interesting. Lack of Pact divisions. You can't really give. Yeah, so there's 8. Is that right? I think there's 10 NATO divisions. There's 6 Pact divisions, which is a shame. I think Britain should be in Pact. I don't see why we keep saving Europe. They never give us anything for it. They just steal our fish. we should be impact. Just gonna close this. Yeah, I might get sued by J.K. Rowling. I'm more concerned about Warner Brothers, to be honest. Those guys are fucking nasty. But if I make everything first and then release it all into the wild, then they can do what they want, and I can move on, and the games are there. TT Games is based in the UK as well, so that's interesting. Maybe I can go visit them or something as part of the lawsuit settlement. Anyway, so 2v2. Right. So they did the picks again for game 2, but they chose exactly the same. Oh no, I've fucking lost the plot. It's the same divisions, but the other players are playing them. So yeah, so Hitman was on KDA last time, now he's on 2nd. Error was on 39th last time, now he's on 8th. Junky Monkey was on 2nd last time, now he's on 39th, and Silver was on 8th last time, and now he's on KDA. So that's really cool. I like the sportsmanship there. These guys decided to play 2nd and 8th. 8th is really good, 2nd not so much. So let's have a look at this deployment. I want to be on the same side as I was last time, just for continuity's sake. So this time we have 2nd Panzer on the left again, and Hitman and Error have gone for the same sort of setup they went last time, where Error takes the flanks, and then Hitman takes the center. Really interesting way of doing things. I feel like it increases the burden on Error a lot. Somebody's sending me Steam messages, 1 second. That was just Silver telling me that they're starting the game, which is good. I'm here. 3 CVs for the blue side, and yeah, we've got FS Jaeger. We've got a lot of FS Jaeger. So 2nd is going to push for Delta, which is interesting, and 8th is going to secure the flanks. 2 Eyehawks, so Hitman likes doubling up on his long-range AA. These are still on auto-cell on, which I think is wrong. I would leave them on auto-cell off. And the reason for that is because when these things fire, the first thing coming the other way is a howitzer shell, and so you want to move them. And they move at 9 kilometers an hour, and the transport moves at 81 kilometers an hour. So if you just turn this off, the transport doesn't sell, and then you can move them manually by loading them back up and moving them. Let's have a look over here. Looks like Junky Monkey is going to be on the left as 39th, so we're going to see 39th here again, and Silver's going as KDA. And it looks like the way they've decided to split their forces is Junky takes this half, and Silver takes this half, which makes logical sense to me. This approach can work too, having one guy go ham into the middle. Though these haven't had their orders deployed yet, maybe he's going to go for this. Yeah, interesting setup. So Silver's taken a page out of Hitman's book, and I looked this up, and I think Hitman is just a different person. He is not Nihilo, despite that being on the sign-up. So a substitute, perhaps. My apologies. My apologies, Hitman. So let's have a look at this. We got a lot of faggots, bundles of sticks over here. I think the faggot is really shit. I bring the conkers, but it's a lot cheaper. I think it's 40 against either 60 or 80, so I can understand why. Lots of Spetsnaz regular, Spetsnaz OP, and they're all going over here. So very similar to game 1. KDA is going to try and get in here and just walk around and be a pain in the arse. Error is deploying a lot of recon, that's good. I like to see recon. I'm going to speed this up a little bit now. What the fuck? Okay, so I think we are live despite it saying we're not, because as soon as I try and turn it up, it just goes back. So I will assume that we are live for now. So the interesting thing about these scouts is that there are only 4 men, and they don't have an AT option. They're very cheap, but they're really quite bad at fighting, whereas the Jaeger, Aufklärer, they are more than twice the price, but they have more than twice the strength, and they have an AT option. So these guys are really good. Now, when the game first came out, there was no discrepancy between these paratrooper division deployments and the recon deployment. So, as you can see, the reason these guys are all the way out here is because they deploy the furthest forwards, whereas recon deploys slightly further forwards. I think it says here it's 2,473 meters. I'm not sure how they came up with that. And this is 3,534 meters. So paratroopers deploy first. That's an idiosyncrasy with WARNO, which is not present in Steel Division or in Red Dragon. And that allows them to seize ground early and then fight it out. So there's no paratrooper division here, but second get paratrooper units. And that was supposed to be their big thing. Then the most recent patch gave KDA a bunch of paratrooper units, and it buffed infantry time to kill, so infantry takes longer to kill, and KDA has the largest squads, which makes them benefit the most from that. And it buffed the T-55. So this is KDA's patch through and through. You might think, well, you know, what's the difference, man? They're like 2,000 meters away. Oh, well, 3,534 meters away. How much difference does it make? You can only do it at the start. Trust me, it makes a lot of difference. Particularly given the price of these units. So that's 60 points. No AT option, but very good anti-infantry. And these guys are 65, and they don't have that good anti-infantry. This anti-tank rocket launcher used to be seen as really good, but since France and Britain came out, it's not so good anymore. So I think the FS Jaeger are in a good place. I just think these units are a bit too strong. So we're off. We have 3 CVs from these guys, and 3 CVs from these guys. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, as you'd expect. Jaeger Aufklärer, that one is not getting there. Oh, that's interesting. So Silver's going for a rush with 2 units. He knows that his opposition doesn't have... Well, actually, no, I suppose maybe he'd be against second. He's counting on his opposition not having any paratroopers, and so he's just going to try and sit in here. I wouldn't go for this house, I'd go for this one, just because these guys will get here. It's a good idea, and he's not overcommitting, so I like it. Scouts here. You want to move them to here, but yes, you unload them here to keep them safe at the start. Hitman is deploying it early, so he's holding a defensive pattern here. Oh no, he's changed his mind, but now he's losing his window here. These guys are not going for these buildings. I would love to see one Spetsnaz OP in this building here to cover this. And here we go, Spetsnaz are in, and the DP you want to save, but yeah, they're winning. These need to move up, and I wouldn't have deployed this back here. Agate actually killed something. Bundle of sticks. And these Itos are sort of in a bad position now, so he's moving them. Spetsnaz DP being moved back. Regular Spetsnaz have ran out of RPO and are now not as amazing. Will this one hit as well? Wow, good day for bundles of sticks here. It's a bundle of stick metal. So, Silver's managed to get over here. This Lux is gonna fuck everything up though. What is the range? Right, so the Spetsnaz OP can kill this, but he is electing not to. Blue have the middle. So Blue's third CV did not go here, it went to the middle. I agree with that. The middle is worth more than the back, so why would you secure the back before securing the middle? It takes slightly longer, but if you count the number of seconds it takes to pay for itself with a +1 tick. So this Lux is still fucking everybody up. Would love to see these T-55s come forwards and kill it, or this Spetsnaz OP just walk over here and kill it. Looks like he's sending the BMP 1P at close range, and it gets it. And now the red ball, KDA ball, is coming in. These FS Jaeger will hold this off, most likely. Would love to see this Leopard come around here, just get some shots down range. You understand, right? This is 100 points. This is 45. So 2 of these will beat 1 of these. Okay. Not when they get picked up like that. MW1? Oh, that is an amazing kill. Whoa. I mean, it dies, but how much it killed. That's really good. Silver's still applying pressure here, though. I like the use of the Cobra. There's no AA here, which is the first thing you want to do. There's a CV coming, but it should be AA, really. AA first, CV second. Lots of AA here. Cubs and Bucks. Nothing's getting through now. I would consider this overkill. But yeah, that MW1 shot, that was amazing. 300 points for that plane, and it blanket bombs in a large area. Really good. You don't see it used very regularly, and the reason why is that it costs 300 points. This is game 2. Sorry, just replying to a question in the chat there. This is game 2. So, KDA shuts in here. Would love to have seen some... Well, why isn't this guy killing everybody? Would love to have seen some AA, and there isn't any, so this guy was getting good kills, and then he pulled him back. I guess he was worried that there would be AA, but there is no AA, so you gotta press your advantage. Things still going better for blue than they are for red, just because of no CV, but here comes the CV. And I'm starting to lose my voice here a little bit. Seeing a bit of over CV purchasing from these guys. Over here, this is stabilized. Error's moving up. What can this see? Not a whole lot, which means obviously not a whole lot can see it. So this will probably make it. I guess he's just covering the road. What's the range on this? 500 meters. So he can't actually cover the road. So that's why this spot is good. Red secures its lead here, and now has 2 CVs in here, so things are looking bad for blue. Where's the AA? There should be AA. And this, yes, good. I personally would move it over here so it can cut the resupply, but this works too. Interesting behaviour with the helicopters. When you attack move, they will tilt forwards, and that lets them shoot their rockets, but then as soon as they see an enemy, they will tilt up, and that makes them lose sight, so that's why it fired 2 and then stopped. So, yeah, it's doing it again. Blue engaging red here. Blue holds the advantage. Silver lost a lot of Spetsnaz in that bomb, and Spetsnaz are limited by their availability, so that's actually, it was really big, so it was good. This guy ain't getting out. Doesn't get the kill, so that's rough. Kills some civilians on his way down, though. Would love to see Error just push this a little bit, send some recon infantry up, like these guys, just scout out and then hit them with these, you know. There's a lot of fire support here. Leopard's in the open. And the enemy bomber's gone, right? So that's good. Big 27M. I don't use this one, I use the other one, but personal preference. He's trying to get this, but he's lost visual. Smoke him back, that's smart. And yeah, really interesting. And now here comes the KDA. Once you get this infestation in your town, you're not getting rid of it, right? KDA shuts in buildings. It's so hard to kill. This is dead. these should be resupplied, and I would love to see a howitzer on the other side hitting it. I can see the future. Yeah, so this is why you keep the trucks with them. So they shoot, and then you pick them up, you move them 10 meters, well, you move them 500 meters this way and put them back down. As it stands, this SU now only has to contend with the Gepard, and might actually make it out of this. Oh no, he's not evacing. He should have evac'd immediately, he might have made it. Yeah, he goes down. This is getting hit now by that Acacia. Kiowa costs 100 points. This costs 155, so... And he's probably going to make it out, unless he evacs this way. I mean, who would do something like that? So yeah, evacing is a bit temperamental. I'm not sure if they evac towards the resupply route or if it's just random. So you basically, once it's bombed, you just like click it all the way out here, wait a few seconds and then evac, and then it'll evac the right way. But lots to pay attention to here. Hitman's blob is out-blobbing Silver's blob. Would love to see some T-55s in here. So Zickerungs do not have AT. They are some kind of West German suicide squad that just have 11 battle rifles, no AT, no MG. They're used exclusively for soaking up damage, and obviously they dish out some pain in mass. I guess Hitman doesn't see that. How do they not see each other? That's... what? Maybe he's on hold fire. He might be on hold fire. Or, well, not hold fire, return fire. Okay, oh, so the building is modelled, so he must be in this building. And then that was obscured by this water container here. Or fuel silo, grain silo, whatever. Really interesting. Anyway. So, yeah. KDA infestation over here. It's getting resupplied. Anti-tank gun on this road actually is quite smart, actually, because it stops things like this. This, I would love to see it here, so then no more resupplies getting in, but then it will actually die to this. Maybe. Would love to see these guys move up a bit. Some bombers. So he knows there's no AA, right? Because the Cobra isn't getting blown up. From red, I would love to see some AA, but the fact that there's no AA here would really be alerting blue to the fact that, oh, I can just blow this up and survive. This Abrams is in a really good spot to snipe this. HE bomber going for the Kiowa, just sniping the Kiowa. I'm not sure that's worth it, you know. Kiowa's 100 points, HE bomber 125. And when his last one didn't get out, then that can, you know, tell him, oh, there's loads of AA here. But once again, lots to pay attention to. It's easy to judge when I'm at the back. This Gepard's running for his life. Silver sees it, I think. These are move orders, not attack orders, though. And Blue's blob here is too high. This is going to kill that. Oh. Wait, hang on. Okay, I looked wrong. Oh, he's... What? Did this get that? What got that? Oh, the mech rifles. Okay. So, yeah, this is how you stop this. You take this little bit here, and then you can cut it. So really good play from Error. Really good play from Silver on this side. That is really unlucky. He either got side shot or it's a crit or both. Baggett shouldn't deal that much damage to an Abrams. I can hear plane sounds. Here we go. Oh. Oh, he managed to snipe the CV perfectly. How did he see that? Oh, I mean, he's got so much recon around it, I guess he just saw it. So, he's still got an infestation, but he's killed the CV. And Silver's not been resupplying this because he's been too busy resupplying this. Meanwhile, Junky on this side has really stacked a lot of things up here now. Error going in for it. It's a damn shame for him that this thing's out of commission. I guess he can put it here and hope. Pray. The range on this is 675, so from here he cannot hit that road. The Bradley is not in a good spot. Where are you going? That's not worth it at all. A10 Thunderbolt coming in. He's microing it well. Oh, he gets 3 missiles off, gets a tank. Gets a bit of a gun run. It's good micro from Error. Liking that a lot. Ito should deal with that. And Red are having a tough time now. They've been pushed out here. They still have the advantage in terms of points, but this little group will get cleared up unless he keeps running it forwards. I would be tempted at this point just to run it down here and, you know, do something exciting. We are seeing the Mars. Ah, okay, so people are starting to learn about this. Okay. Do you see how wide the stun radius is on the Mars? It hits over here, it stuns over here. Yeah, check that out. But it does not re-stun. So there's a bit of wastage, right? Because it doesn't re-stun, the counter continues to count down. But you see how that just stunned all of that. 400 points for a Mars. Not a cheap piece of kit. So yeah, I was wondering if that would catch on. And this is looking really ropey for Silver now. He's brought in another CV, but this isn't the play. The play is to secure the zone, right? Secure your entryway before you buy a CV. Because this guy's fucked, man. I guess he doesn't know about this. But, well, I mean, he must be shooting at it. This M1 is tanking bundles of sticks over here. On the left side, Hitman and Junky. Nice. How did he see that? Ah, okay, that's smart. So he brought this in, spotted it, aimed with the artillery to get the concentrated fire, and then immediately pulled it back out so it doesn't die. Really smart play. I like that a lot. Silver moved these guys through to just because he knew he wasn't winning here, so now he can just get him here and snipe some guys on this road. 6 meters, 600 meters range, that'll hit that road. 827 for that M1, but this thing's dead. Oh, was I wrong? Evac the wrong way, I guess. Guess it could have gone this way. Would have survived. So yeah, I do wonder what's going on with Junky Monkey here. Do I see? Okay, so he's building up. Oh, I see. It's because of the Acacia, so those cost quite a bit, right? So that's and this has gotten a lot bigger. There's a lot more here than there was last time. How's that Mars doing? What? Oh, I see. That's the cluster one. Lars and Mars. Okay. So cluster one, cluster rocket artillery is kind of shit. There's no other way of saying it. But what? So this somehow got sniped as well? Did I? Oh no, I see. Because there was a CV here. Where are you shooting, my friends? Oh no! Look! Look! Oh, it's a fucking disaster. Oh, they're all stunned. Hits over here, stuns over here. Oh no. It's an unmitigated disaster for Junky Monkey. All this stuff is stunned, and it's just dying to this blob of tanks. What a disaster. Cluster plane, this'll get a lot. Oh, it's beautiful. Didn't kill this, which is a shame, but got the rest of them. Meanwhile over here, the chemotherapy is... I probably shouldn't make jokes like that. It's taking its hold. Got a Silver Garrow special over here. Lots of Marders coming in. And the situation is stabilised with Red in advantage because of these CV snipes. This has been spotted now. 2 CVs, just in case. And he's coming around here, and he's going to try and do the same over here. It's very funny. Something like a Spetsnaz OP here can cause absolute devastation because it just hits everything on the road. You can set it up so it only shoots things in the back by putting it, for example, here. Or another one is like here, so it can only see things when they, when they're on the side or on the back, so it'll only shoot on the back. These guys are easily spotted, but hey, it's working for them. And now blue has killed so much here with the Mars, and here come the Marders. Just walking forwards. Would love to see some AT options in with this, because, well, yeah, he's just A-clicked, hasn't he? And the Marders are faster, so they get there first. Really good play from Hitman. Using the Mars. Using the Lars. What? Oh no! What? I missed it? I think an Acacia blew the hell out of this thing. So no more Mars. All 100 points. It's a damn shame. You gotta move after you shoot. Over here this has been reinforced, so Error no longer has the advantage in this space. Acacia's coming in for... What the fuck? How does he know about this? How does he know about that? Was it this? Was it that recon? I believe it must have been that recon helicopter before it died. Came over here and spotted it, and these guys just didn't bother to move. Or he's just blind firing. I think he's just blind firing. Like, so that was two separate. One was aimed here and one was clearly aimed here. So I guess because he had the recon helicopter, he could see all this. He was like, well, there's clearly not CB here or here, so it must be here, and that's when the artillery came in. And hey, it almost worked. Here we see some blue artillery hitting this. Once again, a really bad place for a CV, but there's, well, where else do you put it? You could put it here, and then it'll die to this. Or you could, like, hold this building and put it there. So, blue secures the middle. Blue's starting to build up. Silver going back in here, but these, he's not getting in here, basically. Would love to see... Here's a recon. Would love to see that here. Although the recon here is doing enough, I suppose. Lots of recon, actually. Very good. People never bring enough recon. So, blue's doing very well. You'll lose some guys to these Acacias, but this is a significant point, this one. 2, 3, 4... 2, 4, 6, 8. So that's what, 720 points. Is that right? Might be wrong. Big balls of infantry getting stunned up. Would love to see Error and Hitman secure this a bit better. Everything's a bit all over the place. Get these mech rifles in these houses so they can fire down this road. I like the 2 CVs just in case. Move up some recon. Move this Gepard up to here so it can shoot things in the sky. Right now they're just sort of sitting around. And yeah, the KDA ball has been popped, I don't know, deflated. So for KDA to get kills, right, you need KDA in front, T-55s behind, and then AA behind that. He's got the AA, but he does not have the KDA. Where is the KDA? And he does not have the T-55s. He's buying the T-62s. Hang on, that's Junky Monkey, so he doesn't have T-55s. I'm seeing Silver buy T-62s. T-62s are not bad, right? But you can get 2 T-55s for that price. Having said that, against M1A1 Abrams in an open field, it's going to be tough. Error has been allowed to build up this tank fleet. I would love to see some resupply. All of them are damaged, except this one. So, it's now looking very, very good for blue, and damn, my game is frozen. Right. Is that my fault? Please bear with me, I'm just checking if my internet's still working. Oh, I'm back. I'm back. Okay, cool. My bad. If it was my fault. Might not have been my fault. This is very risky. I mean, if he gets up, if he can cut this, right, which he is doing, right, that's really great. But these, everything is damaged. Right, here we go. KDA shuts and going for the middle, but blue is doing extremely well here. Bear with me, please. That was me getting a Steam message. I believe that freeze was everybody disconnecting, and now and now that's why nobody's moving, because they all DC'd, and that's very strange. I don't know what's causing that. We've had 2v2 games casted live in the WARNO Fridays, you know, just one after another, constantly casted live, and they do not DC. So I don't think it's because of me. So what's going on here then? 1 second, please. Right, so they're talking it through to see if they rehost, but I am wondering, you know, like why are things still moving? Oh, okay. So yeah, really interesting game. Hitman and Error with the advantage there. Definitely on the kills, and they had just taken mid. And yeah, it looked like it was going very well for blue. It was good for red at the start because of the snipes and the other stuff. I like the snipes. I like them a lot. I think they're very funny. And we'll see about if they're going to rehost it, and if they're not, then they're not. And then I can stop talking. And if they are, then I will continue to talk. So it says that. All right. So that's interesting. Okay. I will see what's going on. Taken mid. Alright, so that's, sorry, that was just me checking if the sound was working again. So that's me from the past. And we will see if they're going to rehost. Looks like they're talking it out now. While they wait, I shall keep you occupied. I should get an overlay, but I don't know how to do that. I can't really be bothered. So, I guess he's still in the end game screen and he's not, and that's why it says in-game and in menu. It's weird that they're desyncing. I wonder if it's a unit they bring that nobody else brings. So we've done 2v2s, we've done 2v2s on that map, etc, etc. Alright, well, I will continue to talk about my Lego Harry Potter mods while we wait, just to fill the space, fill the time. And if they're not playing another, then I will just, stop. But let's just have something going on so people don't get bored. Don't switch off. Yep, so they're still waiting, waiting and seeing, still speaking. So while that goes on, I will monitor the situation closely, and I will continue to shill my mod. Let's just get a... Right, so we were doing the weapons, which means I need to get a weapon from the Lego Dementor. So this is the Lego Dementor. It's the lights are in the wrong place, but yeah, it shoots Dementor life-sucking beams. Not sure how else to describe that really. And yeah, explodes into 2 sections when you kill it. That's not right. Okay, so I need to check that because obviously it's exploding into 2 chests, 2 legs, well, 1 set of legs actually, and two hoods. Anyway, this is what I wanted it for. So this is the Dementor life-sucking beam. Okay, no it's not. What the fuck is going on? Alright, maybe I won't show you that. Anyway. So we'd almost finished all the weapons. A shield, and this one is my favorite. So yeah, that's pretty cool, right? Anyway, so yeah, the Warthog is a Lego Warthog, and you can also break parts off it by punching the shit out of it. Alright, sadly the game will not be taking place. They're going to try and play it again tomorrow. So I will stop punching the Lego Warthog and I will leave you there. I hope you enjoyed the cast for what it's worth. There was a few technical difficulties, but what can you do? And I hope you have a nice day. Goodbye.